Yo, what up? I'm Lev. This is my wall-mounted open-air custom computer design. So let's check out how I built it. So one thing you've noticed is the computer's already like half built together. That's because I originally had it mounted on that painted wooden board attached to an old TV stand I got from a yard sale. I took it off the TV stand. Originally, the computer components were mounted by threaded wooden holes. For peace of mind, I knew I wanted to upgrade to metal inserts. So I gotta be careful with this. So this is after. Okay, well now that all these are pretty good. Okay, next up. And it's roughly going to be like that. Nice. All right, let's get the components on there. This I did not model. I downloaded it, I'll put it in the description. Plug in PCIe riser. After day one, I had my initial layout complete, and I attached what I could where I could. I simply used right angle brackets to attach the power supply. I hung a hard drive by a metal bar, I installed my aftermarket adapters, and I just let the power button dangle. One problem we have going on right now is that the boards are flush together. If I wanted to run cables, I couldn't. So I built spacers out of some washers, some rubber spacers, nuts. This is how my spacer is gonna work. So I'm gonna layer it rubber, washer, nuts, washer, and then get this. This is a nut that would be like this on the opposing piece. And then it should be a nice fit right over the board. Put the power supply facing this way. I'm gonna drill a hole in this area right here, so then all the cables hopefully can go behind the board. But for the initial spacing, I'm gonna need to drill out these 2 bolts. Right here, you'd say?
Yeah, looks good.
This can come away from the board. Should I send it?
I think we should send it.
This.
There we go. Advanced maneuvers and
Yeah, dude. This is going to be rubber spacer, washer, rubber spacer, washer. I think this would be wobbly, but because of these 2 washers, that's solid. Three of these for each, just like that. I 3D printed some parts. So it's gonna go something like so. So this little cubby right here will hide this cable. Let's break all these off. This one took 19 hours to print. That looks pretty good. In this 24-pin connector and these SATA cables, I'm gonna drill a hole about like right here. This is the piece that's gonna have the power supply come up through and down straight into the board right here. Put this up and out of the way. All right, now that we have all the components off, my GoPro died, but I got masking tape right here for the shroud that this 24-pin connector is going to come through. And I'm going to just trace this rectangle with a pencil, take this board down, punch out the hole. Locks into place like that. The ATX power comes straight out the top, down in the board. The IO shield cover is installed. However, I should have put a third mounting plate. It doesn't sit as flush as I want it to. However, the CPU connector clips into place right there. I also went ahead and printed a power button. So it's a mechanical switch from a keyboard. And I need to drill out the back holes here so I can solder a wire which will go through the channel in the back and down behind the board. All right, I got some shrink wrap. So it's not rocket science. It's on the wall now. This area right now was designed to be pretty blank, so then you can attach stuff later on, like based on what you need for the project. Like if I wanted an audio interface, right? You can mount what you want, have the cables come down and plug into here, have the controllers. That's for the future, you know? The spacer idea worked perfectly. This shrouded piece, it does a lot of work here. Everything comes right out in there and plugs right back behind it. So the last thing I gotta do is test the power button.
So here we are, folks, live. And there's also a homemade computer with a bunch of crazy parts I don't know anything about, but I do know I have to push this button. There's noises, spinning, colors, and those are the three main factors you want to look out for when you make something. And some more color coming up on the screen.
But honestly, it's fucking sick. You're all caught up, so I'll see you later.